Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a good looking puzzle in front of us. This one is called X's and Q's, I guess by XV clues and quads. It's by the Bard. It's been a long time since I think we've done a puzzle by the Bard, so that's nice to see. Not that they haven't been putting out puzzles, I just haven't seen one recently that I've been selecting on. But anyway, let's just jump in the rules, see what's going on here. I think we know what's going on, but there's a ton on the screen, so let's just take a look. Normal Sudoku. Every row, column, and 3x3 box is going to contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got the quadruples, which we did one of these fairly recently, a quadruple puzzle. Digits in a quadruple cell must be placed only once. Oh, only once in one of the 4 cells touching that circle. That's a little bit of a twist to the normal quad rules. So normally, if you had like a 9 here, you could put 2 9s, but it's saying you can only put 1. Okay, so therefore, on the quad, in this group of cells, only 1 9 can appear. In this group of 4 cells, only 1 1 can appear. Up in here, you'll have a 2 and a 3. These can only have 1 7, etc., etc. So nice little twist to the normal rule set there. Then, of course, we have the XV pairs. So digits separated by an X sum to 10. Digits separated by a V sum to 5. So these are the V's, those will add to 5. These are X's, they'll add to 10, and that's that. So hopefully this little tweak here is going to come in and be quite handy on this puzzle, but let's figure that out. So link's going to be in the description below, as always. Let's get at this thing. All right, so one of the first things I typically do on quad puzzles is look for X-wings. We have an X-wing of 1s here, so one of these will be a 1. Now this V clue here might end up being curious because this V is either going to be a 1 4 or a 2 3, and that could push how the 2 3 works, but that's just a little bit of speculation. We have an X-wing on 3s, so one of these is a 3. We have an X-wing on 3s here, so one of these is a 3. I'm not seeing how any of this is actually going to be too helpful for us. There's also we might have to get into some coloring, which I know will excite a lot of you, as in our lows and highs. Now, I guess we know this guy here can never be a 1. We can only have one of these guys, but I don't think we're going to get use out of that just yet. Okay. Again, those 3s. Just trying to find any other X-wings we might have here. Because we still have X-wings and things like this, where we'd be pushing the 2s into one of these, but this one obviously can't have a 2 on it. So that's the kind of thing I was trying to see if we could find anything that could say, we have reductions there. 2s, 2s. I don't see anything, so let's maybe switch tactics for a second here. Okay, 4. Let's use the information we have and be a little more prescient about it. Can't put a 4 in the V clue. It's a 2 3. This 1 4 pair over here, we can't quite work. The 1 we don't quite know. Where else do we have a V? This 1 4 does this guy. One of these 2 is a 1 or a 4. Because we obviously can't put both of them on the X clue. We already said this could be either. Okay. So, we get a little bit of something there. Let's continue the process. This is 7 or 8. This has to be a 1 4 because this is a 2 3. There we go. Let's get rid of you. You are 1 4. Good, good, good. And how do we take that any further is the question. This guy could very well be a 3, which could set up a 7 and set up how this is oriented. Okay, do we have anything else like that we can dig our claws into? This 2 3 pair How else does that help us? I guess we can say something about this 10, because it can't be 9, 1 or 6, 4. But all that really does is say it's either a 2, 8 or a 3, 7. 2, 3. I guess that gives us a quad. 2, 3, 7s, and 8s. Okay, let's go with that. So these are 5, 6, and 9. That is helpful. This can't be a 5 because it's on a 10 clue. So this is either a 1 or a 4. Now it doesn't look like these guys can be reduced further. Okay, but what does that tell us? It tells us this is a 1-4 pair. Because we can't put both the 1 and... If this is a 2, 3, these would both be 1, 4 and break this. This is 1, 4. Cool. Okay. That just means we have a 3 in one of these guys. What else does it say? It means one of these is a 1. So that's going to push the 4. Because one of these is a 1. We have to put a 1 in one of those. So this is 4, 6. That's now going to remove these as 6s. Good. And 4s, 2, 3, 8s. 1 here. 2 different ways to make 10 without the 1, but there's 3 ways to do that. What more? This can't be a 1. This can't be a 1. So one of these 2 is. Now we can't rule this guy out yet. Okay. What about... I was going to think about the 2s, but if we could push a 2 in here, that would start to set all this off. But this could still be a 2. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Ones. Do these 6s and 4s help us in any way? Because none of these are 4s, so one of these is. Sixes, not really. One of these has to be a 4 now. This is choked off. We already know there's a 4 down there. This guy... That's close. If we could have ruled out a 1 over here, we could have gotten a high-low grouping. But that's not necessarily going to get us anywhere. Because this could be either a 1 or a high digit. So 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, it can't be 9 or 6, though. Because we couldn't put a 4 or a 1 here. Now, it could be an 8 to go with the 2. It could be a 7 to go with the 3. And it could be a 1 to go with the 9. Okay. Almost. I feel like we got little things here and there that we got to pick through to find what we got, or what we need. One of these is a 1 or a 4. Just means that there's going to be some interaction there. Now, I guess it's possible these could both be 1-4s. We just know that we can't have both of them up here, but we could have both of them up here. Again, don't know if that necessarily gets us what we want. What about this 10? Because again, it's similar to over here, where this 10 here can't be 8, 2, or 7, 3. So it's either 1, 9 or 6, 4. I don't like that because I don't think it helps us very much either. Okay. Okay. There's something I just saw. Or no, it's not. Ah. I thought I saw something there, and I was using some fake information. I was thinking about the 1s and the 4s being here would never work, because then you'd have, well, you'd have the 1-4 pair, but you could say that this, but we already know that. So that's kind of the why I went down this weird track, and having the 1s appear already told me everything that I was trying to figure out. I'm babbling, I know. Where do we have anything here? Now, I guess we know if there's a 1 on here, obviously it's a 1-4, and this becomes a 2-3. And it could be just a 2-3 here, and it'd push the 1 over here. That does that do anything? Because if we have 1, 2, and 3, that would be a problem. Okay, there we go. This 10 comes to the rescue. If this was a 2-3, this has to be the 1. What do you put in the 10? You can't use 9-1, 8-2, or 7-3. You'd have to do a 6-4. You can't do a 6-4 here. So this has to be a 2-3 down here and a 1-4 here. Get rid of these markings. All right, this is 7 or 8. The 1-4 says this is not a 4. Good. Now I'm wondering if we want to get into these guys, because this guy was quite helpful, but we're going to get into these types of restrictions where maybe we get a bunch of stuff working together. Let's do that. What can this be? 2, 8, 7, 3. What can this be? It could be 1, 9, 6, 4. 1, 4, 6, almost, you know. So no matter what, this guy has, yeah, this is going to have one of the 1 and the 4, and the other one will be down here somewhere. 2, 5. What else can we say? Also trying to think about 5s, because obviously you can't put 5s on V's or X's. So they get pushed a little bit. Oh, that's actually slightly useful, because there's going to be 5s in these, so none of these can be 5, so one of these two is. This can't be 2 or 3, by the way, so this can't be 7 or 8. Okay. If we could, well, that doesn't really help us too much, does it? Well, if we could have gotten rid of something, we could have maybe done some more work there, but this can't be a 2-3 anymore because of that. So it is 1-4, which forces 2-3. That forces the 4. Here we go. We have a 1-4 pair here. This 4 doesn't say a whole lot at the moment. This can't be 1 or 4, though. So this can't be 6 or 9. So this is that other 1-4. 2, 3, 7, 8, 6, 9s. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Thinking about 6s, but I don't see too much there. All right, here. Again, continue the process. Seems to be what's going on here. This can't be a 1-4. So this can't be a 6-9. We get a 1-4 pair. This is not 1. This is not 9. So we get the 2-3. We get the 1-4. We get the 7-8. These are a 5-6-9. That forces these to be 7 and 8. Gives us a 7-8 pair, but that doesn't quite correlate at the moment. And where does the 1 go now? It goes here. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit of a stride here, hopefully. These guys here have to be from 5, 6, and 9. That creates a 5-6-9 triple with the 1-4 pair and the 7-8. This is a 2-3. Cool. Now we know one of these is a 6, because this one can't be. So this is 9, 1, 4, 6, not 6s. That's the 5, 9. Let's keep going. The 9 comes back and says these aren't, so this is. That means this is the 5. No 5s in any of these, so one of these is. None of these can be 5s, so this is. That's going to come back and give us the 9, 5. We're making some progress now. Good. All right, what else? What's the next step that's right in front of our face? These digits have to have 5s and 6s in them. I'm going to put that. The other one is the 7, 8 that's left over. That 4 says this is 4, which means this is 6. This isn't 6. This guy's probably going to start getting reduced here. The other, wait, here, the 1, let's just keep doing. We've got Sudoku trying to be a little more tricky than I need to be. We can just look at what's left over. What's left on these guys? 5, 7, and 8. Nothing quite looking at those just yet, but we might want to fill those in a second. 5's one of those is a 5. Do we have any information now on our quads that we can continue to work with? Like one of these is a 9. And it can't be you because we have a 1, 4 here. This is 9. Those sorts of things. One of these is a 9. It can't be on here because we can't do a 9, 1. 9. Good. Now, does this tell us what? No, it doesn't. It's still a, but it might come back because we had the 2, 3, 7, 8 thing occur down here. This is 2, 3, 7, 8. So we get 2, 3, 7, 8 quads. This is 5 and 6. Now, none of those are quite looking there yet, but that's okay. Let's go back to our quads, or quadruples, I should say. Got to differentiate between a quad like this and a quadruple clue. 2s. Don't think I can do those yet. We've got the 1, 4. Still don't quite know about the 1, 9, or the 1s there, sorry. Don't know about the 2s. We've got the 1 here. We don't know the 7. Don't know the 2. One of these is a 3. That's not quite helping because we already have the X-Wing information. So, okay. Let's find the next thing to look at. Where's it at? Do-do-do-ba-do. We thought about that there. Any other clues we have we can use? Don't see anything right away. Probably don't have anything really. Oh, as I say every single time. I should just say that to my out loud, and then something will pop up. It's like the iconic. We've got nothing. Oh, 1s. Where do the 1s go? This is a 1. Let's continue looking at the Sudoku just a little bit. Now that might be all we get out of it, but you never quite know. Again, one of those is a 5, one of those is a 5. Those, okay. 6s. One of these is a 6. That's something to at least put in. Well, that's about all it seems to be giving us. Let's check on these 9s then real quick, and that'll be probably the end of our look at Sudoku. One of those, none of those. Can't really rule. Maybe we look at this 10 clue because we can rule out the 7, 3, 2, 8. This is either a 9, 1 or a 6, 4. This can't be 1 or 4. Again, we're getting back to some of those things we did over here, where we have the 1-4 pair. So this is a 1-4 pair. So that creates the 1-4 pair. Now, because we have the only once on the quad circle, and we have a 1 here, this is not a 1. It is 4, 6. So there we go. Just had to look in the right spot again. 1, 4, 1, 4. Now we might be able to finish some things. 1 and 4, 1 and 4. Look at that. All that stuff just dissolved. Is that all of our 1s and 4s? It is. Cool. Alrighty. Let's keep going down this road and seeing where it's going to take us. So the 1 is done. The 2 is one of these two. I still can't work that one out. Same with that one and that one. Okay. I don't see another negative constraint on that for the moment. What can this guy be? He's not really reduced that much, is he? Because it could be 1, 9, 2, 8, or 7, 3. Now, of course, this can't be the 9. This can't be the 1. 4, 7, 8. Yeah, there's no real connection back here just yet. So it feels like we've got to do something else to look into this one. You guys are from 5, 6, 7s, and 8s, but there's no real correlation there. We've done you. You are still waiting for something to occur. Okay, I'm going to do another quick look at Sudoku. Go back into this mid digits since we got some of those 1s and 4s filling things up. But again, I don't think it's going to get us anywhere, but those 3. Yeah, we can't rule any of those out either. Oh, the 6s, there we go. This is 6. Okay. Now, none of those. That didn't get us any further. We just got that digit. Okay. And then, of course, the 9s are still sitting where they were sitting. All right. Guess it means one of these is a... Well, this can't be a 3. So this can't be a 7, because we know one of these is that 3. Again, one of these is a 3. I feel like one of these quads is supposed to be helping me here right now. I just can't quite see it. 3, 7, 8. We have to put a 5 in one of those, but that's not correlating to anything. Alrighty. Again, one of these is a 9. We could somehow... I guess one of these has to be a... There it is, the 1s. How did I miss that? I guess I didn't take the... I thought the 1s and the 4s were done, but I missed the middle section. This is 1, so this is 9. That's going to be huge. Hopefully. Now the 1s are actually done. How about those 9s? Yes, we can do the 9 and the 3. It's going to remove you as a 3 and you as a 7. Let's keep doing these guys. One of those 2 is a 9. One of those 2 is a 9. So we just have an X-wing left on 9s. Oh, wow, that's the first 3 we actually have. That's curious. Okay. Anything in here we can work with? We need the 2. This is a 2 then. Perfect. So this has to be a 3, 7. This is 2, 3, and 8, and 7 and 3. Get rid of you. This becomes the 8 and 2. These are not 2 8s, they are 3 7s, so we can do that now. So 7 and 3. Now we should be rolling. Okay. 1's done. I'm going back to this. 2's sets this off as a 3. This here has to be done. Yeah, it's 7, 8. This becomes a 2. Anything else that is looking in on these guys? No, okay. Keep trying to jump around to some place that's going to get us something immediately. These have to be from 3, 7, and 8. Nothing's really looking at them right now. This guy doesn't look like he's been looked at. I don't think we've reduced these guys anymore. Not quite. It's pretty darn close right there, though. Okay, let's do another sweep. 2's one of those. Oh, there we go. 2. One of these guys is a 2. One of these is a 2. And 2, 2, 2. So we have a bunch of X-Wings left on 2's at the moment. All right, let's go into those 3's. Nope, it's still just the X-Wing. The 4's are done. Anything back on the 5? Doesn't appear to be. What are these two? 5 and 8. I'm going to put them in because they might pop something up here in a second. We just looked at the 6's, right? What about them 7's then? This is a 2-7 pair, and this one has to be the 7. So 7, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 7. Perfect. And the 2's and 3's should now be done as long as we fill them in. Let's get rid of those. What are these two? 7 and 8 again. These have to be 5 and 8. That creates a 5-8 pair. So this becomes a 9. These two have to be 5 and 8. This is 5, 6, or 8. Okay, we're swinging back around again because we have pretty much everything on the low side of all these done with. 5, 6's. We've got to find it somewhere. One of those is a 7. 7's, there we go. This becomes 7. This is a 5, 6. 7, 7. One of these is a 7. Okay. Those 8's aren't going to do a whole lot right now, I don't think. Except this will be a 5, 8. This will be a 5, 6, or just 6, 8, actually. Okay, this is 6, 8. That creates a 6, 8 pair. 7, 8, 5, 6, 8, 5 and 8, and 5 and 8, and 5 and 8, and 6 and 5 and 6, and 6 and 5. There we go. This is the 7. We need an 8 right here and a 9 right here. There we go. We got there. Solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. 410 solves. It says it's been about a month. Yeah, that seems right because this one's been kind of hanging out in my queue for a while here to try to get at, and I just haven't been able to do it until now. Excellent puzzle. Really did kind of challenge my scanning abilities on this one, because there are certainly things you could have done as long as you can see what they were. You just had to be able to find them. And I thought, for me personally, putting in the options on some of these things, once we had removed 2 options, really started to highlight those things. And once I kind of got the feel for that, things started to move pretty well after that. So anyway, really enjoyed that puzzle. Hope y'all did as well. And we'll just see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.